Hello there, boys and girls. This is your storytelling friend, Uncle Bob. Now, I want you to make yourselves comfortable and settle back as I open my giant storybook. Here's a story on page 65 I think you're going to like. The story of The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, there lived a handsome prince by the name of Daniel the Brave. Now, this Prince Daniel was a very unhappy young man. He wanted to get married, but in all his father's kingdom, he couldn't find the right princess to be his wife. So he left his own country and traveled to faraway lands and distant shores in search of a wife.
Tell me, Daniel, what must your princess be like?
King Kindheart, the princess I marry must be as tall as I am.
Yeah?
She must have long golden hair.
Long golden hair, yeah?
She must be very beautiful.
Of course. She must be very beautiful.
And above all, she must have great wisdom. She must be a real princess.
I'm afraid she's going to be mighty hard to find.
Oh, but she must be somewhere. I've got to find her.
Well, Prince Daniel the Brave traveled and traveled. But still, he couldn't find the right princess. There was always something wrong with each one he met. So at last, after 2 long years, he decided to come home. The king and queen were very happy to see their son back home again.
My son, your mother and I have been very lonesome without you.
I'm sorry I had to leave, Father, but I thought I could find a wife in some faraway land.
Daniel, won't you reconsider and choose Princess Margaret for your wife? She is very beautiful.
Yes, Mother, she is very beautiful, but she is also very empty-headed.
My son, you need rest. We'll talk more about this in the morning.
You're right, Father. I am tired. Good night, Mother.
Sleep well, my son.
Days went by, weeks went by, months went by, but still Prince Daniel refused to marry anyone but a real princess. Then one night, there was a terrible storm. In the middle of the night, somebody knocked at the palace gate.
Who's that knocking down there at my palace gate?
I am Princess Helen from the North Country. I want shelter from the storm.
Did you say you are a princess?
Yes, I did. Now will you please hurry and let me in?
The king and queen hurried down and let the princess in. The rain streamed out of her hair and out of her clothes. She was soaked to the skin. The king and queen wasted no time in showing the princess to an upstairs bedroom.
She's tall, she has golden hair, and she's very beautiful.
I'll put her to a test to see if she's a real princess. We'll know in the morning.
So the old queen put her plan to work. While the princess took a hot bath in another room, the queen went quickly into the bedchamber and removed all the bedclothes from the bed. And on the bare mattress, she placed a single green pea. Then she called to her handmaidens and had them bring her 20 mattresses and pile them on top of the pea. On the top of these 20 mattresses was where the princess was to sleep that night. The next morning, Princess Helen was the last one down to breakfast.
Good morning, Princess Helen.
Your Majesty.
This is my son, Prince Daniel.
I have heard a great deal about you.
And I have heard a great deal about you.
Did you sleep well, my dear?
Your Majesty, in spite of the extra mattresses, I slept very badly.
Really?
Yes, it was terrible. I seemed to be lying on something very hard. I'm not sure, but it felt like a pea.
It was just that, a pea. You must forgive me, Princess Helen. I was putting you to a test.
A test? I don't think I understand.
Let me explain. I have been looking far and near for a princess to be my wife. This princess had to be tall. You are tall. She had to have golden hair. You have golden hair. She had to be beautiful. You are very beautiful. And she had to have the wisdom to someday make a great queen. You have that wisdom. Anyone who can feel a pea through 20 mattresses must have great wisdom. Princess Helen.
Yes, Daniel the Brave.
Say you will be my wife.
I will be your wife.
And so they were married. And the pea that the princess slept on that night is in the Palace Museum under a glass case for all to see. And if it weren't for that little green pea, Prince Daniel might never have married a real princess. Well, boys and girls, that's the story of The Princess and the Pea. Let me see now. What story shall I tell you next? The Lady and the Lion or The 12 Brothers? I'll surprise you. How's that? Oh, yes. One thing more. Uncle Bob wants you to remember to always be on time for school. See you soon. Bye.